Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing a special broadcast today. It is a little later than I planned, 1:25 in the afternoon on Thursday. What's today? March 19th. So, in light of all that is going on in the world, well, I have something I need to share with the world because we all need help. We all need help. And how I can help that, one of the ways I can help you right now is something called remote quantum energy healing. Now, if you're new to that, that's okay. I have some things to show you, a small introductory video, and I'm going to be we're going to have a free session today with 4 of the doctors. And, well, set your intention for what you want, how you need to be well, how you need to be safe, how you need to be healing, how you need to be strong, vibrant, and focus on what's bringing you joy and goodness and positivity in life. Yes, do some things that are wise. And if you really want some information about how to keep yourself safe, how to optimize your systems so you can handle anything that comes your way, well, send me a message, send me a contact, send me a private detail, drkeving.com. Send me the emails, connect, get on one of the groups, get involved in one of the programs. The content I do, content I provide everybody out there is about how to optimize your life's ability to handle stresses and strains and challenges and things just like this we're hearing all over the news these days. So without further ado, I'm going to bring you the video here. And this is a small introduction about the concept of what we're doing here. Groups of doctors healing groups of people. There's what's called a synergistic effect, meaning an exponential effect, a greater effect, more profound effect. So here we go. Now, synergy is an interaction, cooperation of 2 or more organizations, substances, or other agents to produce a combined effect greater than the sum of separate effects. So we have these experiences all the time. If anyone's ever ran out of gas, you have to push your car, right? I don't know about anyone has lost that before. And so this big idea came to me that part of the problem I was noticing was sometimes people don't want to pay money for their health care. Sometimes people are in a tough position in their life for health care, and I wanted to solve that problem. And I wasn't sure how to do it, but I always had this idea of I could work on multiple people at one time. It would be a different kind of an adjustment, but nonetheless it would help in some ways, in many ways, and oftentimes in ways that I didn't understand. So this is where I came up with the idea of synergy solutions. And so essentially we have the doctor group and the patient group. And if another way of looking at it, all the patients, we have an intention of getting healing, and these words of intention, resonance, and entrainment are all phenomena of physics that are being studied now and proven. And so we have all these different KSTers working at the same time on the group. Okay, that's a brief component of the seminar presented back in October last year. And where we're about to start here is one of the sessions that you can tap into right here and now. Forget figuring out why and how it works. Know that it does. Hold in your mind, hold in your heart what you're desiring to accomplish, be, do, and have. And allow this to help you release the interference to you getting the benefits. Blessings, best regards. I'm Dr. Kevin. Here's a complimentary session for you in the world. Share, have watch parties, like, subscribe, comment. Let's get it going. The more people that get involved in this, the greater the effect is. It's exponential stuff. I'm leaning in and out of the camera here. Okay, here we go, everybody. And I think, that's enough of a question anyway. All right.
At the good thing there's 5G.
We got to fast forward a little bit here, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on there. Figure out what they got.
Yeah.
All right, we are live, everybody. Now, for everyone who's tuning in, Vesna, you're in what country exactly?
Croatia.
Croatia. I was assuming something else, to be honest. And Sasha, and how's Croatia handling all this right now, Vesna?
Well, it's crazy. I guess it's crazy as everywhere,
Mm.
but I'm far away from it all.
Mm.
And I think you're doing yourself a mighty service with that.
Yes.
Yeah. We have to be mindful of what we're allowing into our thoughts. And how's England handling things?
England is crazy, absolutely crazy. Complete
Wow.
shutdown.
Wow.
Mm.
Everything's
Wow.
shut down in the last 24 hours.
Wow. Okay. Well, we are starting to
So, are you
see.
seeing any clients, Sasha?
I'll be completely honest with that answer. 3 are booked in this week, and that's all.
Mm.
All
Okay.
week.
Yeah. Yep. And I think that's just worldwide happening right now. So
Yeah. It's a fear thing.
it is a fear
Yeah.
thing. So this is about there's whenever there's a big fear, especially mass publicly. I am in the camp that there's something else going on behind the scenes that has great potential, and we're being like a magician. We're focused over here, but really there's an access to something fantastic for life.
Yeah. Nature is telling us something.
And when I separate myself from the news, and I've purposely done that, however, when I do tap into find out what's going on, it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
There's this subtle shift happening. And I notice when I'm doing things and building things and connecting with people that I love to do and love to put energy into, there's like this positive momentum that keeps building and keeps arriving. So I think this is a shift in. Go ahead, Dr. George, please.
Yeah, I had a lot of thoughts lately, but what's happening right now with all the panic and people going into fight or flight mode is they're generating a lot of energy. In other words, a lot of stresses in the world. And what does a healthy living being do with stress? It grows. This is tremendous growth opportunity for everybody right now. So when we keep our heads to the positive, we're taking all the stress, we're getting more creative, we're getting more powerful, and we're growing. Chiropractors do their things like Ted did a thing, Liam Schubel did a thing, and they're saying like it's time to step up. It's like they don't know where to turn, they need to be led. So we get to be the leaders because we got a product that helps people get well from inside out. And they're all looking at like, how fast can we get a vaccine? It's like, it's never been about that. We got to let people know that what we do is the answer they've been looking for. It's not another version of the same thing. It's kind of an opportunity for us right now.
This is an absolute opportunity. And when people begin to investigate what it is that you're talking about, it's about the expression of life, the expression of health, the expression of adaptability. And there's things that this profession of chiropractic allows the body to adapt and allows the body to connect with all of that. Anything else, Sasha, Vesna, you would like to add for today before we move forward?
No, everything's been said, I think.
Yeah.
Excellent. So
yeah, I also feel that there's going to be something good out of it all.
yes.
That more people will wake up.
Yep.
Exactly. And when that happens, we start to see life in new ways and how to operate in new ways and how to build in new ways. And this is the outcomes I'm focusing on.
Yeah.
So,
there has to be a crack for the light to come in.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah, you can't get rid of the darkness, you bring the light in.
Exactly. And the one more thing I want to add to that is darkest before the dawn. So here we are, a lot of pressure, a lot of dissatisfaction, hopelessness, pressure, fear. These are things that we have to learn how to shift our awareness within, and then how do we deal with what's going on? There's like So now we're talking about detachment. We're talking about maybe even dropping your ego in some ways and looking at how to operate in life in a new way. And now we're having to connect with our families more closely, our neighbors more, in different ways. And now on virtually, we are in the future here. We are having to support one another in new ways and connect in new ways. This is at every level.
That's one advantage of a crisis.
Exactly.
Like World War One and World War Two, everyone pulled together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that what it takes to make us pull together? Let's
Well,
have some more of it then, shall we?
Let's be mindful of what we wish for, and at the same time, perhaps some of these things are being used in leverage. And I'm hoping we can move forward in life without necessarily leading to war. We can
Exactly.
find better ways.
But that's just history. It's the same principle,
I
isn't
think
it?
we're in for an evolutionary shift in consciousness here.
I think
Yeah.
so. I think so as well.
Yes. So I want to pause for a second and let anyone who's tuning in get oriented to what we're doing here. We are doing quantum remote healing here. We have 4 professionals who study a method called Corn-specific technique, and there's a lot of great knowledge and information on that. And what essentially we are working with the energetic beings that we are. And I'm going to forego the videos, the video education component for today. Normally we talk about something that we watch about physics, quantum physics, health, neurology. We have the philosophical discussions of the nature of vitalism, holism. Who else wants to add anything to that? Electromagnetism.
There's nothing else you can add, really.
No. Yeah.
It all fits into that. So what we do now at this point is we talk about how we are going to assist anyone who's connecting with us now. And so we've been chatting for the last 25 minutes, and now we're live in a couple different places. So this is where we talk, Dr. George, please chime in. What are we doing here when we set our intention, and then we'll go about doing the work of the attunement to align ourselves, releasing resistance to aligning ourselves up with our intention, and then we go about our life. So what comes to mind there, George?
Oh, a lot of things. To go back to the chiropractic triune of life, there's an intelligence, there's force, and there's matter. And so we recognize that a living thing is designed to be whole, and we interact with and process the universe through our nervous system. And when there's more stress coming in than we can handle, the nervous system overloads. We go into a state of subluxation. A little less life force shows up for work. We begin to be a little less than fully whole. So my intention when I adjust people is to help them to become whole again by allowing that stuck, stored stress to be processed. So we can create a bigger intention by saying, well, we want everybody on the call and everybody who knows everybody on the call to become more whole today, so we can understand and deal more constructively with the state of affairs that have been brought to our attention today.
I'm almost speechless, Dr. George. Thank you. And wholeness.
In other words, we're going to be the candle to light some of this darkness, because people are hungry for something, and I think we have what they want to consume right now. We've got answers.
Exactly. Vesna, let's add to Dr. George's conversation. What did you hear him say that you want to comment on that is important for people to realize?
I would add peace, inner peace. And if I could share a little bit of mine, I'll be very happy to.
Yes.
Because somehow I feel real deep peace within myself right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about a moment ago, in the midst of all this chaos and confusion happening, like a magic show, there's something we're all focusing on. There's something available. Yeah. And yeah. I know, as I've gotten to know you over the past couple months, that we have each of us have our ability to connect to that other side of the coin, the other balancing component of what's happening externally. There's this deep current of, I'll use the word faith, and it's like knowing that there's this divineness to it. There's this flow, and we may be in a transition of some sort. So tell me more, Vesna, what about this peace, about this stillness that you're noticing.
Well, I must admit it's also to do with all the hot oil treatments that I've had. Like today, I've been they use almost 7 liters of oil for this one massage and
Oh, wow.
all this other stuff. So, I mean, it's that as well. And I feel so grateful to all this work for being chiropractor, for Ted's teaching this work, because that all this installs trust within me that everything is fine. And yeah, it's fine.
So for people unaware of what KST is and what we're talking about
Mhm.
with Ted and this trust, there's quantum physics and physicists confirming what we're doing here in the sense that there is this intelligence within each of us. We're born with it. Then the conversation of nature and nurture. We're born with something, and that something is put all the cells and atoms and molecules in an organized format. And here you are, you're living life, and you can create what your reality, essentially, your mindset and what you're focused on, and your expectations and perceptions, and that goes on and on. And there's this intelligence, and we've found a way to communicate it very intellectually, and it's been profound for each of the doctors that dive into this, and this is why each of us are here. And I know why I'm having conversations with dozens of other providers of KST that totally are on board with what we're doing, and they're seeing it in their lives and they're seeing it in their practices, that there's this intelligence, and this is what chiropractic is based on, founded on. Sasha, I'm going to call on you, put you on the spot just before we get started with what intentions for today, in light of what's going on worldwide, in light of what's going on within each of us, in light with what we've been talking about the last 25 minutes.
I think it's all been said. Not sure I can better it or equal it or anything.
Well, then silence it is, and it is sometimes the best.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move forward. Each of us are going to be working on the collective energy, and we have our own way of working with that, and that's called the surrogate. And the surrogate is the collective force that each of us are going to work with. So hold the intention of what you want to see for the world, what you want to see for your life, what you want to see for your health, for your relationships, for your career, for your social environment, your recreational environment, all these different areas. What do you want? What are you becoming? What fears are we releasing that need to be released so you can move forward in that wonderful, graceful way? So words like wholeness, peace, I wrote down adaptability and resilience. So let's take a couple deep breaths. I'm going to turn on a little light music. Each of us are going to connect. Go ahead and spread the word. Today's a public session. I want everyone in the world to see this, to be honest. That would be fantastic. And I'm going to keep sharing this session around and around. So if you're unfamiliar with what we're doing, essentially we're going to do some quantum healing. You are an infinite being having a physical experience, and somehow vice versa. It's all getting figured out. Have faith in that. How we doing, Sasha?
Hi.
You all
I've
wrapped
finished.
up? Okay.
Yes,
About
I've
to-
finished.
And I think Vesna is completing something. And I know I'm having my experience. I know, and of course, I'm going to ask all the doctors their experiences. Mine was definitely a little unique today, and I think we are having we're having a unique broadcast, and we're having a unique world situation. And so, Dr. George, I want to start with you. Tell me what you were noticing, what you were picking up.
Yes, relatively short pattern today. Some of the usual things, couple of hollow organs. Got in through the right kidney, my access point. The first thing that showed up after that is alternate universe from the right side. So we exist in alternate universes, and something's happening over there that caused something here or whatever. I don't even know. But towards the end there, I got sacroiliac joint on the right, and right knee joint, right ankle joint, and then download. And so maybe we're just a bit off balance as a species right now. And so that's my impression.
Okay. Sasha, tell me what you were noticing today.
With OD, I got the blue Reiki symbol. I get it very regularly when I'm on these calls. So I did the blue Reiki symbol, and when that was clear, anything else, and it was sphenoid.
Okay.
So I felt very peaceful.
Yeah. Tell me, for everyone watching, the blue Reiki symbol, what does that mean to you?
It's a sweet Reiki. There's three basic symbols. There's a red, a yellow, and a blue. I don't personally. I don't analyze it when I'm doing it. I don't even go to the textbook and look at what it's meant to be for. It doesn't bother me. If OD says do it, I'll do it.
Is that the Han Shanzei Shona?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
It's
This
the
one.
complex one.
Yeah.
The complex looking one.
Yeah, indeed. And Vesna, what were you noticing?
Oh, this was really profound session, quite intense experience for me. I tapped thymus for mental, and then I had spiritual, and then what came up was just above 7th chakra, what would be 8th chakra, and tapped that, and my body started moving in a circle, and just very very beautiful and profound experience for me too.
Yeah. I feel a complete change in my demeanor about halfway through. And right now I feel like I gotta be out. I'm gonna go outside and stretch after I do this. I feel like my spine, I feel more erect. I feel I had this image of like a mountain, and it was all this mist all around it, a thick fog of a mist. That was the image, and I oftentimes get these images, and I'm going to have to do some investigation of what this means to me, and then I'll find some interpretation. So it was.
Or just enjoy the experience.
Right.
Thank you for that, because I'll
Absolutely.
get in my head.
Forget the books. You don't want the books.
Write the books.
Writing the books, and I can already begin to interpret what I'm finding in that meaning. And so, as far as what the OD was showing me to adjust, I got a number of areas at different angles of C1, and sphenoid showed up quite early on. And so, for those that are watching that aren't familiar with KST, sphenoid has a lot to do with the emotional realms, and it's the bone that makes the temples. Physically, it's the structure that supports the bottom of the brain, and all the different connections. And Dr. George has a model right in front of him right there. The yellow bone. Show all the spots you can see it, Dr. George. The yellow bone, the back of the eyes, underneath in the palate.
It connects with all the other cranial bones, doesn't it?
It's like the master key.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we work on that sphenoid. It really helps, I'll use a term, the neuroplastic components of our, let's say, neuropsychological somatic, networks, something.
Oh my God.
Helps your brain work good.
Helps your brain work good. And we can have all kinds of words that go together with that. However, we're shifting how the body is responding to the environment and in relationship to our individual lives. Okay, and then so I had C1 a number of times, sphenoid, and then there was just this mountain mist experience, and then this peace, and I just felt my hands wanting to be here around my surrogate area, and it just felt serene. Serene is the answer for me.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, and beautiful, and thank you for everyone tuning in, wherever you're tuning in from. There's information on drkeving.com, how to get here, Synergy Solutions, and leave a message. I'll be seeing I'll show you all kinds of updates from Facebook and posts and things of concern. Until next week, it's been another successful session of Synergy Solutions. Wednesdays, every Wednesday at noon, New York City time. And that's going to change internationally. When's that time change, Sasha?
The weekend after next.
Okay.
About 10 days.
Okay, so we'll still have a little funky connection time in the next 2-3 weeks internationally, but we'll get it all sorted out come April, and we'll be all on the same page for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, thank you for your time and attention.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.